What was it like for you when you returned to WrestleMania? I'd already left the company, but they'd invited me back. I did autograph signings, and I was actually in the box along with a lot of, the people that were here that whole weekend. And so I was watching it as a fan, which was so much fun. It was like the first year I'd done that. And your music hits, and I swear to God, I popped right out of my chair screaming just like everybody else. How was that for you?
I was super nervous, and in the distance we could hear the delete chants because we had started that whole thing in TNA, the Broken Universe, and it got really big. And we could hear the delete chants, and it was like 70-some thousand people. We go, oh my, it's about to happen. And that whole month of March leading up to that night was just incredibly stressful, because we were holding a secret, and that can be hard to stay in time, But we worked with Ring of Honor for that whole month, and then the night before WrestleMania, we had a crazy ladder match with the Young Bucks to where they won the titles from us, and did a 5-hour appearance that day of Mania, telling everybody we're going to catch the first flight to Raleigh after that signing and all that stuff. But then after all that was over, coming through that curtain, and it finally it happened and hit us like it's my favorite moment of my career by far.
Really?
When people ask me that, the swantons and the ladder matches, there's some highlights there, but that's by far the best.
Yeah, and I saw your special on 24, which we'll talk, which was so incredibly impactful and just so real, raw, right? But I always say, like, my whole thing here, real, raw, inspiring, and that's what I got out of that too, with everything. But I remember that they showed you guys backstage and how you were pacing, man. You were pacing. What was going through your mind? Why were you so nervous?
I think the main reason, not just coming back to WWE, but like I hadn't jumped off a 14-foot ladder since SummerSlam in '09, I think, against CM Punk. And so I was kind of nervous. I hadn't done that in so long, and I was going, so much can go wrong. Am I going to be all right? I'm going to try to break 2 ladders. I think I was most nervous about that. But after we went through the curtain, everything was normal again. It was crazy. It all went away, and it's what I was born to do. And that rush of climbing up to that ladder and then looking at the crowd and doing my hand signs, it's just like when you succeed on a big motocross jump. When you survive it and don't get seriously injured.
Yeah.
So overall, I think I was most nervous about that because it had been so long since I jumped off a ladder that high.
Wow. And you never probably thought twice about that before then, right? Like, of all the things that you've done, you just, especially when you're in your 20s, right? You're
right,
like,
sure,
I got this.
For sure, yeah. And I guess I just wanted everything to be as close to perfect as possible with that match. And we were out there the Wednesday before, came in real early, secretly, met with those guys, and so we had it down and went out there right when the bell rung and all that. So yeah, I was glad it was over after it was over. But man, Michael Hayes said, "Jeff, try breathing," and damn if it didn't work.